Hello. We're back. Despite all the fighting in this game is so peaceful. I love it. The only thing that's a bit more stressful is managing your kingdom. I guess because you have the timer, it stresses me out a bit. Projects. The projects tab will allow you to upgrade various aspects of your barony. New projects, blah blah blah. Start working, sure. An important visitor has arrived at the castle and demands an audience at once. Okay. Relations +1, that's cool. Where is that visitor though? He just was in the castle. A heartbroken mother begs for help. Regent demands your presence. An advisor wants to discuss an urgent matter. I think we have done this, discuss the events related to the Bald Hilltop. Oh yeah, the visitor has met with the Baron. Let's go through this. Trouble Land's failure. There were attempts to gather a militia and raise it to defend the local citizens, but they led to nothing. Matt. Oh, this is like the complete history here, or what? Set up the stores. Okay. Let me see the end of that. Or does it scroll through? Yeah, it goes through. Okay, whatever. Pillage the Temple of the Elk. Plunder the Temple of the Elk and rob it of all remaining treasure. Plus 150 BP. Prevents further restoration of the temple. Alright, I wanted to take Ragengar with me anyway. Success. Cool. I kind of want to go back to the troll and try to be a bit more diplomatic there. Let me see what we can do here. Ends in 26 days. Does his best to solve problems with us erupting. So I don't know why this is active at the moment. First, oh, those are successes and those are new ones. Okay. Research into the nature of curses, Bald Hilltop. The Bald Hilltop has been the source of much strife for the young barony. The locals say that there's some kind of... still that curse thing. Costs 100 PP. How much do I have though at the moment? He's already busy anyway though. That's what I don't get. Why can't I use like all of them? No, not this one. This one. Support the region's endeavors. Spend 2 weeks resolving population problems in the barony. I need more people, man. Requires 14 days to solve. You're free at the moment, so this project will rank up community. Cool. Victor is occupied with the project. Support the red region's endeavors. Oh, I'm doing this myself? Well, alright. Spend 2 weeks resolving population problem. Community reach rank 2. Thanks to the regent and the baron, quality of life in the barony has reached new heights. Beautiful. Mysterious cult. And instantly a new problem appears. Wow. Life as a ruler is really hard. And the community goes down. Isn't that great? A mysterious cult promoting idleness and debauchery. Well, why would I stop this? Has emerged in the region. This deprivation must be stopped. No, not at all. He didn't assign an advisor and left this problem unresolved. Pious admonitions have only made the cult more popular, of course. The region sinks into debauchery and sloth. Beautiful, that's perfect. The temples are empty and the congregations have turned their backs on the priests. Now let's make a new temple, erect a new temple. The cult of debauchery and sloth. Good old sloth. Events. Shit, look at this. Jaisal in fury. Jaisal is demanding an audience with the Baron. Something serious happened and enraged the undead elf. Well, when isn't she enraged? This event can only be resolved by visiting the throne room. Alright, guess we're going back. Bow. Eneo the traveling merchant. Eneo, a half-elf merchant who recently appeared in the capital, falls to the floor in front of you. Jaisal stands beside him, looking quite unlike her normal self. Arrogant. Usually cold and stiff, the face of the undead elf now burns with rage. Despite his nearness to his furious undead captor, Eneo looks concerned but unafraid. If you allow me to speak, I can explain everything. I hope you can, half-blood. Otherwise, Jaisal hisses and turns to you. Have I told you the sad story of my death? It is sad, most of all, because I do not remember how my life ended. I wandered, exhausted, through the wastelands beyond the borders of Kyonin, until I could barely see my path. I stopped to rest, or perhaps I lost consciousness. When I came to my senses, I heard the call of my goddess, returning me from the dead. And so we get a little backstory of her now. That's interesting. The homeland of the elven race of Ungolarian. Kyonin was almost completely evacuated by the elves just before the Starstone. Returned recently, reclaiming homeland, isolationist visitor threat. Was it poison, magic, illness? Whatever stole my life away, it left no trace. I thought this mystery would haunt me forever. But then I entered the shop of this half-blood, seeking some reminder of Kyonin. And what did I discover there? My very own dagger! Jaisal shows you an elven-crafted dagger with a chipped blade and empty sockets, where once gemstones adorned the handle. This dagger disappeared the same night I was taken by death. How could this half-blood have obtained it? Let him speak, Jaisal. Anger will not help us learn the truth. That is why, Jaisal pauses. Respecting your authority, I have brought this pathetic huckster here, rather than getting the truth out of him by my own methods. Retrieve Jaisal's old dagger. The half-elf rises to his feet and sighs, putting his clothes in order. Thank you for allowing me to speak, Your Grace. The story is not very exciting. Certainly not as exciting as my tale of the drunken regatta within the eye of a Bendigo. Okay, he's already starting to brag. I don't like him. Yesterday, north of the city, I stumbled upon a dead boar. There was no one around, but the dagger was protruding from the miserable beast's neck. Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't know why the owner would have left it in the carcass. Perhaps the beast escaped from the hunter, taking along the weapon that had injured it. So I inadvertently decided to keep the item I'd found, thanking my luck and never suspecting the price I'd pay for it. Jaisal, listen to reason. You face serious accusations. Where did you find it? We will investigate this matter further. We will investigate this matter further. Let's start by checking Ineo's story and seek out this unfortunate boar. Jaisal bows gracefully. I am grateful. It's important to me. And you, half-blood, should pray for our success. If you are lying, I shall find a surer way to get the truth from you. Well, that was fun. We're all friends here. Oh, it continues. Land the libido. My libido. I have an intriguing letter for you. Letter? It's highlighted? Okay. Your Grace. A certain Federo Synod, a paladin of Shellen from Brevoy, oh that's beautiful, is claiming right to our charming Valerie. Ooh. Not in the sense that the entire population of the capital is trying to, but as a teacher and mentor. Here's the letter. See for yourself. She is a good fighter and everything, but I think I can do without her for a while. Maybe forever. Let me see. Letter from Federo Synod. The expensive monogrammed paper has a faint, tangy smell. The lines in steady, delicate handwriting, Jesus, stop talking in German, Oliver, are decorated by whimsical curves. My dear Baron Victor, I write these words with a heavy heart. The reason I take up my quill today will most likely upset you. Quite recently I heard rumor that a lost soul, once blessed with the mercy of my goddess, oh I see, has found shelter in your service. I'm speaking of the daughter of one of the most worthy and generous patrons of the Order of the Eternal Rose, who once made the mistake of leaving our ranks. I am deeply convinced that now is the time for her to return to the path destined by her. What? Now is the time for her to return to the path destined her by divine will for her, I guess. I am now traveling to the west, to the place that's been chosen for the new temple of Shellen, that will be occupied by one of the young congregations of our church. I deemed it necessary to diverge slightly from our path with but one purpose, to arrive in your lands and collect Valerie. May this journey be a cleansing pilgrimage for Shellen's chosen, whose judgment was clouded by the impulsiveness of youth. Well, that's typical for Shellen as well, right? In a sense, she stayed true to her faith. I request that you free Valerie of her vows of service to you, for fate has destined her to serve one who is above us all. Direct the girl to the trading post that's on the border between your barony and Brevoy. There I will be expecting her with my comrades. I pray for your wisdom and mercy. With deep respect and regards, Federo Synod. I guess that's her decision, isn't it? Someone with a tail. That's the DLC. Casey. An unusual petitioner approaches you. A tiefling girl who appears to be a foreigner from the south. She makes a courtly bow, but her face betrays a coy smile. Greetings to the ruler of these lands. My name is Casey. I come from the sands of Cordira. A special wind, the wind of opportunity and hidden treasure, has brought me to these lands. The tiefling waves her tail in excitement. And without all the polite words, here is what I want to say. I know the location of an ancient treasury, and I'm asking for the Baron's help to reach it and share in the loot. Kadira? The westernmost satrapy of the Padisha Empire of Kalesh. Kadira is a kingdom with the power of the sprawling empire at its back. Kadira is Kalesh's doorway to the inner sea region, and is perhaps the single most valuable piece of real estate on the Larian. She has tattoos all over her arms. Why don't you just go there yourself? My friends who visited the place said that it It's filled with monsters and wild animals. I shouldn't like going there all alone. Besides, it would be wrong not to tell the ruler of a treasure found. Besides, it would be wrong not to tell the ruler of a treasure found in his lands. And what kind of treasury is it? The remains of an ancient Daldan settlement, destroyed long ago by the forces of nature. My friends came across an ancient chronicle that referred to this settlement. The cat is jumping around. And managed to locate the ruins. But they couldn't get inside, being too afraid. These lands are dangerous. So you already tried without my permission. Great, I love adventure. The tiefling bows again, tracing patterns on the floor with her tail. In that case, I will take leave and prepare for the expedition. I've already rented a house in your wonderful city. Wonderful, I like compliments. The Baron is welcome to visit me anytime, when you're ready to discuss our plans. Alright, that sounds interesting. Intriguing. Sorrowflow. Interesting things are happening. Indeed. Cassie, a tiefling from Kadira, came to us asking for help in finding an artifact in an ancient treasury. It seems like a normal errand. So why do I feel it's more complicated than it sounds? Indeed. Cassie is going to settle in the capital and ask the Baron to visit her to discuss the details of a future expedition to seek an artifact. Her house can be found near the capital square to the right. Okay, what is all this? Why did this get updated? The gnome we saved turned out to be a celebrity. Oh, Jubilos, this guy in the river. Creating a map of the stone lands. Long lost dwarven outpost. Onwards, we've got some searching to do. Do I need to talk with the guy? We found the dwarven outpost. Maybe it would be a nice idea to bring Jubilos here. The sight might lift his spirits. I see. Yeah, we could do that. If only I knew where he was, though. We've located the troll there. Now we're ready to destroy this bed of evil once and for all. To root them out mercilessly with all our might. Investigate my desk. That's a companion quest indeed. Traveling merchant Aneo claims that he found Jessel's daggers. Oh, near the old sycamore. There. Yeah, there was still something going on there that we didn't finish. Like the giant mutated tree and whatnot. We should examine the area. It might lead to Jasel's murder. So we don't have to go that far. Shellon's chosen. The message was delivered to us. Shellon insists, freeze, blah blah. I wonder what Valerie thinks of that, indeed. Sometimes the past catches up to us, despite our best efforts to keep as far ahead of it as possible. Valerie once left the Order of the Eternal Rose and rejected the Goddess of Beauty forever, but the followers of Shellon wouldn't so easily say goodbye to the reigning beauty of Brevoria. How to build a kingdom. Unlock any secondary stat of your barony. The stronger the barony and more perspicacious its ruler, sorry, not a native speaker. Its ruler, the more new opportunity he has every day. Consistent and steady commitment to state affairs will inevitably, God, it's too late, inevitably bear fruit. And on top of that, it will create new openings for future leaders. 10 events, okay, this is more like an achievement thing. P is for prosperity. Increase the ranks of barony stats 5 times. A barony doesn't look very imposing right now. Still, rats run around in the streets of the capital and clay tile roofs are impressive here. We're not afraid of the difficulties ahead, though. It'll work out if we do our best. Errands. Oh, that stupid mushroom thing again. Bring 10 black rattle caps from the mud bowl to the old beldame who lives in the Nile Marches. Did I? No, no, that was some. Those were the berries, I think. Yeah, well. Okay. Let's save this. Yeah, there's still stuff to do here. By the way, I think we can get rid of some artifacts. I don't think that we can get a new one out of him though. Any words of a story? How interesting, may I, your grace? Oh, the symbol of Tarak, the children of stone wear such pendants as protective talismans. I will gladly purchase any you have. Sure, get rid of that. Token of the Dryad, we have done this. Oh, now here's something truly impressive. These items once belonged to a dwarven smith, and they wish to tell us a story. The storyteller shakes his head sadly. But too much has been lost, too much forgotten. The story of the smith eludes me. Please find more. Okay. We tried this already, but let's try this again. I need a wise advisor at my court. Would you like to serve me in matters of state? The storyteller's voice grows soft. Thank you for your words. I am unlikely to be able to interpret the intricacies of the political world or the affairs of the treasury, but my advice regarding the magic of the arts would be useful to any ruler. So... Okay, I guess that's it then. Maybe I already did that. Any joint? Doesn't answer. Alright, no goodbye. Yeah, F you too. Save that. Okay, seems like we didn't do everything. Has met with the Baron. Document was read and sent to the archives. Traveler waits at the castle. Has met. Cool. And now we have a gazillion new things here. What the hell? A sign from above. The locals could use a reminder of the greatness and power of the gods. The high priest should hold a solemn ritual to show both the congregation and the doubtful that the barony enjoys the blessings of the higher powers. I don't think I have anyone left here. Will fail on the following day. Troll raids. Somebody must stop them. Oh, is he still doing stuff? Fey magic. Man, I need more advisors and stuff. Fey magician visited a settlement and made everyday things come to life. The people seem to be more frightened than amused by the minor and generally harmless anomaly. Guys, I don't know what to do here. The howling wolves. Wolves are breeding at a surprising rate. The local forests are full of the ravenous beasts and there's not enough quarry to feed them all. The starving wolves howl at night to gather into packs and attack villages. Yeah, there's so many dangers here. Oh, he's free. Should be abandoned before Kusona. Something. Three merchants from Absalom arrived in the region. They're ready to do business with the barony if their conditions are met. 7 days. So that doesn't take too long. Let's do this. What else do we have? In the name of the law. That doesn't sound good. A group of volunteers have arrived from Brevoy. They are looking to help bring order to these lands. Their people would make a welcome reinforcement for the guards if they could be persuaded to join the ranks. Event of the month. The locals are bored. that too. And don't know what to do with themselves. Well, I don't know. Dance and indulge in debauchery and depravity and sloth. Mammoth, whatever. This is the perfect... Mammon? That's a god, right? This is the perfect moment to hold a celebratory event. But what exactly? 10 days. Man, leave me alone! Is this... Yeah, that is a failure. The brown ones. They're not red. They're like... They have a certain color that I don't want to name now. Cool. Why is there a picture there? Because someone is there, apparently, huh? Or could be there. And that's... What is this? The River Maiden. There's a mermaid in a river where trade ships operate. She's begun to sink... Oh, passing vessels. She must be chased away from there before she scares off all the merchants. Just in cares for the people. Didn't I start this event? What the heck? Do I have to click on that? Weird. Okay. But I think we're good for now. Those corresponding, yeah, shows on the map certain events that are there, I see. Kinda cool. What about... I would love to have, like, more traders and merchants on the way down here. But I guess I really have to go, like, back to the city once a month. But that's horrible, because it takes like 1 month just to travel from one edge to the other, and we don't even have discovered like half of the map. And time is of the essence here. Oh, community value can drop, but the rank stays, so that's something else. Interesting. Community statistic represents about its population. So, we got a good community, a lot of loyalty for some reason, and the rest is pretty much crap. Espionage stinks. Spend 2 weeks resolving the loyalty of citizenry in the bounty. Now again, I need another guy for this. Economy. Oh, these are also those projects, I see. Final assistance. That's an old one, right? Regions. Advisors. Yeah, we only have 4 advisors, and they're super busy. One is missing here. The treasurer. Why don't I have a treasurer yet? Look how gigantic that map is. That's the region that we acquired. Okay. Great. I'm not skipping a day. I need all the days I can get. Look, what it can do tricks. Tiger. Did I put anything in this chest? Oh damn, I think I mixed the chests up. I put stuff that... the stuff I had in the other one now. Silly me. Well, those are only weapons of certain sorts. I don't know, I don't want to deal with that now. There's another kid there. Unnamed though. Okay, then let's talk to the tiefling while we're here. Another one. And, No, leave. Just leave. If we can find that maple throne guy somewhere. Where was he? We got him out of the river, but Maybe he's in town here. I'll just take a quick look around here. Let's see what new things we can find here. Guard. Oh, that's Valerie. Greetings, Valerie sighs. Everything is well, I hope? I'm ready for new orders. Give Federo's letter to Valerie. Valerie, I've received a letter from Federo's Synod. He says I'm to free you from service and return you to Shellin. Valerie looks at you, unblinking, and you see her eyes darken with anger she can barely contain. Really? May I take a look at this letter? Is that so? I see. Valerie takes a deep breath. My apologies, Victor. I seem to have become the reason for this message and highly inappropriate demands it contains. I know this person. Federo Synod is one of the mentors in the Order of the Eternal Rose, a true paladin of Shellin, one of those who insists they are right till the very end. He kept saying louder than anyone that Shellin herself predetermined my fate, even when I was packing my things before I left. Looks like he never came to terms with me leaving, since he found me even here, but the nerve! The mistake of leaving our ranks. Return to the past destined her by divine will. Since when does Fredero fancy himself the personal harbinger of this precious Shellin? Valerie, her face scarlet red, doesn't seem to notice the letter crumpling in her hand. Enough! We must put an end to this. If paladins of the Order of the Eternal Rose require another refusal, they shall get it. I'm going to the trading post with you to meet Fredero. I serve you. It's as simple as that. It's my decision and I'm not going to change it, just because someone from my past thinks otherwise. I would love for her to go back to Shellin. Maybe we have... Usually you have options to influence the development of your companions, right? Okay, Warlock neutral. You do know we could just ignore this letter, right? Valerie shakes her head. We can't. Federo's Synod may be in the wrong, but that's no reason to show myself and you as uncultured barbarians. At least he didn't appear unannounced at court with his demands. I must at least give him credit for his superficial politeness. Then it's time to visit Oleg and Svetlana. Valerie smiles faintly and nods. Okay, so I guess we're taking her with us this time as well. Thank you for the conversation. As you wish. Valerie nods with dignity. Of course she does. Cool, so that got updated. What else do we have here? Stuff. Octavia... Hasov, Sarsi, Verdal, Eneo, Arsino, Cassie. Yeah, we need to go here. Capital Tavern. Into the house, whatever house that is. Barn, whatever you can do in the barn. So it's a big one over here. But the entrance is on this side. Who are you guys? Citizens, Wordle, Nuts. And the boars thing. Yeah. We're taking Jaisal with us anyways, and we can do that on the way. A tense silence hangs over the house. Cassie, your tiefling friend, emerges from the shadows. but her eyes are staring into the distance. She seems to look right past you. No, not now. The turmoil is suddenly over, but you see fear in Cassie's eyes. Her blue eyes. It's you! I wanted to say, Knowledge Arcana check passed. What just happened? That is surely not regular travel between planes. The girl closes her eyes and clenches her fists, obviously in the grip of a strong emotion, but one you cannot read. I knew it couldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule? If he knew it would be impossible to keep. Oh, she changed her posture here, right? She was looking different before. She takes a deep breath, opens her eyes and speaks with firm resolve. Come what may, you should know, Victor, that the person you know by the name of Cassie does not exist. Oh no, it's a split personality thing. My real name is Kaliki, and well, it's a long story, and such stories are better told beside a welcoming fire. Will you hear me out? So, interesting. Yeah, I was wondering, I saw in the DLC preview like that one image of two of them that looked alike, so maybe that's why I'm thinking in that direction. Fine, let's go. The girl rests her head on her arm and stares off into the distance, lost in memory. Stories by the fire, in the desert, where I was born. My fondest memory. When the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals, all gather by the fire under the stars to tell their tales. New music here. All they did, all they witnessed, all they heard from other travelers, and the whispers carried by the desert wind. My sister and I often snuck in to hear these stories, hiding in the shadows just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We are hellspawn, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests in Kadira, unblessed by the light of merciful Siren Ray. We grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging food here and there like orphans, all but outcast and disowned. We were 13 when we left and set off to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed with relief. Yeah, so I think Tiefling, if I'm not mistaken, they're like one part of their parents is like a demon, devil, something of that nature. And it says in the book, I think, those children are not seldomly created without violence, if you know what I mean. My sister and I, we are twins, but as different as the sun and moon. Her name is Kanira, which means silent flame. She is fire, a cold fire, but one that turns everything to ash. I am a river. It brings me joy to give water to tired travelers and nurture green shoots. But when I flood, I am bound to bring death. The girl's eyes are full of sorrow. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to divine Nessus. That's the mage god, I think. And by his mercy we now live in turns. While one of us is here, the other sleeps in another plane. And when she wakes up, we switch places, just as you just witnessed. Nessus, also known as the All-Seeing Eye, is a Gurundi god who holds knowledge and magic above all things. he gained enough power to witness all things, and this both fueled his divinity and shattered his mind. He is a god of magic, torn between destroying the world with one hand and saving it with the other. This duality is also reflected in those two twins, I assume. And how is it you began to live in turns? Kalika lowers her head. This story, it's one I've never told to anyone before. Well, now it's time. No one in the whole world, and it's not easy to confide in a stranger. There's too much grief and guilt in it. If you don't mind, I'd rather not go into all the details. You see, my sister died, and I couldn't get over it. Kingmaker was killed by a soul eater, a monster summoned by secret followers of Abaddon's archdemons. Those who summoned him died in the fight, but the beast was too strong for my sister. And I wasn't even there to protect her. Kalika catches her breath. We just had a fight, and we both did some stupid things just before. But I don't want to talk about that now. Okay, that's another companion quest that we have to solve. When I found out what happened to my sister, I was ready to make a deal with any power. If only I could just get her back. And I found such a power. I was contacted by the Arcano Thane, the herald of God Nessus himself. She promised she would return Kingmaker to life, but on two conditions. First, we must both keep the arrangement a secret. Second, we would never be able to meet again. And so our new life began. Now we flee through the world, guarding our secret, always introducing ourselves as Cassie to hide that there are two of us, and we switch places with each other at random. While one lives, the other sleeps in a demi-plane, one created especially for us. That's weird. Yeah. I mean, sleep is death's brother, after all, right? But, I'm not getting why she's telling us this now. Isn't she supposed to keep this secret, and doesn't she betray her oath or whatever? That condition that she was promised to make and uphold. And you can't control these switches? Oh, there it is. No, we can't. They happen at random, most often while we're sleeping, but sometimes in broad daylight. That's why we can never stay in one place for long. When someone witnesses a switch, we usually tell them tales of a special magical way of traveling. But people start noticing strange things and begin to figure things out. Truth be told, I'm so tired of having to pretend. We knew this couldn't last forever. And now the truth is finally out. What's the point in all this? You revealed your secret to me. It means you broke one of the rules set by the deity's herald. Can I go back? Wait a second. The herald. Arcano Thane. Appearing as a woman-shaped cloud of swirling energies, this creature serves as the herald of Nessus. As a supernatural creature created in a moment of lucidity by an insane, omniscient god, the Arcano Thane is often left to her own devices when her master does not need her, and wanders Golarion and the plains searching for new sensations and meaning to her existence and that of the multiverse. I like the concept behind all this. Okay, you broke the rule. Yes, will you make me regret this, Victor? I just thought I felt you might be someone who could help my sister and me change our fates. Yes, can you feel it? Destiny is calling us. You can feel it as well, my dear tiefling, right? It's always the player who is destined for greatness, somehow. Alright, neutral good. What can I do to help? That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Kynira was supposed to tell you of an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing of value in this place. It may contain an ancient relic, taken by the Taldan raiders from a respected Qadiran temple of Nessus. Those are the slave traders, right? Well, the mighty empire of Tonga once stretched from the Arcadian Ocean, Badisha, Aradan himself. Now it's a stunted remnant, ignored, today a decline. No, those are not the slave traders. I think we have read this before though. It's an unusual relic called the Disk of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story that it was created from the shadow that hides the sun and the moon. Interesting concept. But I don't think that could be the truth. Nessus is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and relics from his temples are usually very powerful. There are many among his followers who think that solving the mysteries of magic, even rivaling the deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created the disc, long ago in the distant past. According to legend, it gave its owners control over planar travel. So, of course she wants a relic that's going to help her and her sister in the end. But only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them traveled the planes, the other was his anchor in our world, and they could switch between. Do you see now why we so desperately wish to find the disc? It might help us understand how the switch between me and Kynira works, and it should make our divine patron happy. Nessus and his assistants value the desire to understand the mysteries of magic above all else. And how did the disc come to be in the Stolen Lands? It was brought here by Taldans from the 5th Army of Exploration. Taldor and Qadira were enemies for ages. That's the same one. Thousands of years ago, a soldier broke into the temple of Nessus and stole the relic, to sell it or secretly hoard it as an heirloom. Hundreds of years later, his own kin, or the kin of its 100th spire, brought the disc to these strange lands where the Taldans had come, uninvited as usual, and which they finally vanished from with little trace. Sometimes history is as intricate lace, you'd never guess where it begins and where it ends. Tell me about the location of the treasury. It was called Sorrowflow in the chronicle we read. It was once a Taldan town, founded by the veterans of the 5th Army of Exploration. Yeah, I'm making some reading mistakes, but there are some errors in the text as well. This is more noticeable in this DLC. It apparently was created with less proofreading or more in a hurry. But that's still alright. I don't mind that much in the end. It stood on the shores of a turbulent river, and that was what destroyed it. One night, a terrible flood devastated the settlement, killing many and driving the rest to flee. Only the tower on the cliff remained, which was too high for the flood to reach. Water covered the ruins for a long time, but last year it receded. My friends found a chronicle which recounted the destruction of the city. and spoke of the disk of the eclipse which was kept there. They managed to track down the ruins, but were frightened away by the monsters and beasts that roamed the area. Yeah, like always. Monsters everywhere. If this can help, no, not profit. If this can help, then I agree. Can lick his sad eyes. Aw, get a little warmer. Thank you. I will wait for you there at Sorrowflow. And please, let's explore the ruins together. Just the two of us? Why is that? This is suspicious. Look, I've been betrayed by like 3 different nymphs and whatever. And Nyx and I don't know. Strange women of all kinds. So I'm not going to trust you that easily here. I don't want to give myself away again in front of your companions. Breaking the Arcana Saints conditions once was enough. No, it doesn't really matter anymore. Come on, it's out. I have no wish to anger our god. So long. Sorrowflow has been revealed. A new quest. Okay, nothing to loot in your house. Fine. Okay. Yeah, let's take a quick look around. I don't think we will find Maple Thorn, whatever, that easily here. If he even is here. But I kinda wanna
no stopping now.
Make a break here. Yeah. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.